at this level, there's so many great champions up there. Everybody should be a winner, and I think everybody should go home feeling like that winner, because
the mannerisms these guys had, they weren't just bodybuilders. The way they held themselves and moved and walked in the door to the gym, that was very different than anything I ever saw. And it's like Ed Corney, Robby, Columbu, Draper, Zane, Arnold. They fought with what they believed in.
How to build your own positive mindset, because that's where it all began. If the mind is weak, the body is weak. You have to have all those parts down. The more you have them down, then you're going to see that incredible old school physique.
I would do things to distinguish myself from the pack.
But during that time period, it was just bodybuilding, raw.
Old school still works.
My training is very intense. I come to the gym to train only. There's no talking, no hanging out, no visiting. I'm all business when I get in the gym and I start lifting weights. You want to try and create illusion as far as waist. The smaller your waist looks, the bigger your shoulders get, and vice versa.
For every show, I think you need to have a plan of attack. You need to think out how you can improve, because you need to improve from show to show.
They use so much energy and so much power that they need to recover fast in order to do the same things over and over again, and to be prepared and ready for the next training session.
Never had been for the results first. I just like that crazy process. I just like that gym hour. Find those borders again.
The breakfast is the most important meal from the day, and that's still true.
But I would watch Robby go from exercise to exercise. It was like watching a Black Panther. Something magical about him.
In those days, you got challenged. You couldn't just come and go to gym and train. It was brutal. There was no, I mean, these guys, they didn't jack no draws. You had to go in there and train. You had to have a mindset of, you know, I'm going to be the best. That's just how it was.
By the time Vince Taylor was really getting into the posing, doing the robot and doing Macarena Man and all of this sort of stuff, that brought the house down.
I was crisp. You couldn't get any sharper than I was. When I walked in on stage at 2:45, huge, muscular, the audience, you could hear a pin drop. They didn't even know who I was. Who is this guy? You have to make sure that every muscle is worked to proportion. It was ridiculous how big I was, but I was in tremendous shape. Back in our time, it was an art. You had to be able to control the muscle as well as work out.
Here's a little rest. But it is not the kind of a rest where I go and make a phone call. You cannot get out of that zone because otherwise it's very hard to get back into the zone. So this is the difference. So this is why when I see guys texting, they're not serious. This is Mickey Mouse stuff, you know? You train or you don't. If you do something, then do it. Go all out. I tell you, you got to be inside the muscle. Your arms felt like falling off. Afterwards, we put the arm up here because it was hurting so much. We put it up here. That hurt. Then we put just letting it hang down. That hurt. Then we put it back up again. No matter where we put it, it hurt. But that was great because that means that the muscle got it. Or I didn't give everything. Literally worked my butt off. I would be just so angry. So I never wanted to be in that situation. You have this kind of imprint in front of you all the time, and you know exactly what you're chasing.
I feel very confident that I have the package, the mass with class, if you will. You know, whereas the average person eats for taste, we eat to feed our bodies.
It doesn't matter 8, 9, 1, 17, 20, no matter what, I will be forever the myth.
I'm not rich, but I feel like $1 million.
The mind is so positive. The feeling, the contentment, because you want to be. You know, this is the road to reach the main goal.
In my opinion, he has more genetic talent than anyone on that stage.
And the rest of the guys, they're all hungry, but let me tell you one thing. If they are hungry, I'm starving.
I got it! Come on! You gotta do it with vengeance. No Mickey Mouse bullshit. You gotta train hard, heavy.
He claimed that I bark and I don't bite, but who is he to say that I'm Mr. Olympia? He hasn't won nothing. He's not in my caliber. And I still insist, I still have to beat myself. When I beat myself, then I win the show.
You know, I have to see something, and I have to see that he will do 5 more if I tell him, you know, and he is able to do it, you know. That's one thing, the magic I feel between me and him. He wants it just as bad as me. We're both young, hungry lions.
Yeah, just for you, Mike. Just for you.
A lot harder, a lot heavier for me, boy.
Just enough to blow you away the next 3 years.
Nobody has. The Benfatto, me and you, big boy.
Okay, you better bring your lunch.
Don't run from me. Don't run from me next year, buddy.
Okay. Okay. You gotta work a little harder than the other guy, nigga. A little harder.
Get that. Make sure you get that on the camera. Mike Christian is my meat next year.
Where's the Haney? Where?
Watch him in Italy. Watch him in Italy.
Mike Christian, where is he? What is he?
I'm gonna kill him in Italy.
The little packers never mess with the big packers. So I'm a rooster, and he's a chicken, so to speak.
He's one of the kind of bodybuilder that I like to watch train. Energy would come from nowhere, and it'd keep going and going and going. It seemed like he was almost ready to quit, and there was no more energy left, and all of a sudden, more energy would come, and it'd keep going. The kind of guys that could just go when everyone else would quit.
And bodybuilding is a very big discipline sport. Just believe that if you work hard, you'll get anything. Nothing's given to you, nothing's luck, nothing's by luck. You fall into luck, but it's hard work that makes you fall into luck. I just had a drive to really work hard. Listen, when I was in my 20s, and I no disrespect to him, you know, I was known as the hardest training bodybuilder. I can kick anybody's ass in the gym. The energy I have and the drive I have is I just have to, with any type of adversity, I always got to say that I'm going to persevere. I'm going to be able to go forward and just be able to make it. And that's what keeps me driven.
Bob Paris. Bob Paris is one of the truly seasoned professionals of our day. I think he's a little bit ahead of his time right now. Bob's an artist molding a very pleasing physique.
226 pounds.
A deep-rooted sense of professionalism that he exhibits everywhere he goes. The way he carries himself. Everybody feels that. Kind of an earthy kind of a guy that works from a center of confidence.
But I also train with a picture in my mind of the perfect physique as it relates to me. And so when I'm training, I'm picturing that perfect physique and trying to attain that.
Bodybuilding is not aerobics. If your goal is to improve upon your endurance, which is what aerobics is about, bodybuilding requires the application of a different principle, namely harder is better. And the harder you train, the less time you can or should train. That every human being requires intense training to stimulate optimal increases in strength and size. That's the first principle, that you've got to train to failure. That the training has to be very intense. That high-intensity training is an absolute requirement that was responsible for inducing muscular growth beyond normal levels in human beings.
It's always been about the love of the game, and the energy I gained from it. Money should be a side effect to what you love to do. And that's what I bring to the gym every single day, and that's what I try to bring to the table, that energy and that thirst. Nothing's really new. Everybody's, walking around looking for trend nowadays. It's the same stuff. Old school still works.
More aware of what I want to create and the balance I want, with still the freakiness and the awesomeness.